Hello, everyone. Today, we are going to be having a discussion with one of our community members, David, on his progress, his growth, and what it's been like to work with us. So, David, thank you for being here and great chat as always.
Thank you for having me, Chris.
Of course, absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say before we kind of dive into all the details and everything, can you just let everyone know who's either watching or listening what you do and what you coach on?
Good question. I'm a business owner and I help people make a shitload of money.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. I'm really good at private banking, keeping the government out of your pocket and building capital and being able to use that capital in the equity markets and being able to turn that capital over in the equity markets like really well. And I do that with a white glove service, helping people, like hand holding people through the computing process, the technical, and then actually how to make money in the markets minute by minute. It's an amazing business. I have a lot of fun with it.
It is for sure. I know that you do very well, and also your clients do very well too. So
They do,
uh,
actually. Yeah.
they do very well.
Well, only if
Oh,
they're listening.
that is a really good point. Sometimes as a coach,
Yeah.
like you're knocking your head,
Yeah.
like, please just listen and follow.
Only if they're
But
listening and only if they promise not to gamble.
yeah, true. That is very true. Or let the emotions get into it too much.
Uh, and that's a big part of the business. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So before we started working together, where were you at? What was your coaching, consulting, service business at prior to us working together?
Um, uh, and years ago, I did black market marketing.
Mhm,
And so I stole other people's channels
mhm,
and advertised on Craigslist and other places I could put things in for free.
mhm.
And that worked for a while until somebody tried to sue me.
Dang.
Some big company that I was writing the tale on sent their
Mhm,
lawyer after me, and
mhm,
that was interesting. But then last year I did some marketing, mixed results, wasn't really getting many people or not quality people. And so I found you and I was like, hey, I want quality people. I want better people. And you said, okay, let's do it. So it's been a really good experience up to this point. I've gotten much better quality people, um, made some good sales, and you're always going to get a mix in there of tire kickers and I don't have any money, please help me kind of people. But
Yeah.
in that, you're still going to get people who are like, hey, let's do it. But the big thing that I knew to do that you helped me with was framing the sales call so that you can make bigger sales, so that you can attract higher net worth people. And I've had a few of those people, and it's been good. It's been real good. Yeah.
I know you covered two things that are really common pain points, I'll say, of many people. Number one, they undercharge, right? They have too little money and focusing on the right quality lead to then go ahead and have that higher quality sale, I should say, higher amount sale, right? What comes from the marketing, the offer positioning, and then even like the sales call and all of that. And then number two, a lot of people, first of all, try different mediums, whether it be a Craigslist, whether it be an eBay, whatever it is, to try to generate leads. Okay, that's maybe not okay, but let's maybe run some ads, but it's generating the wrong type of people. So you kind of covered on those two specific things. Uh, if I remember correctly, I think you heard us on from like a Facebook ad is what it was, and then we ended up getting on calls and all of that, correct? Or like a Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram ad, one of those two.
Yep. I found you the same way that I'm finding my people
Yeah, sure.
because you taught me to stop shooting my wad all over the place and to focus on one thing.
Mm,
And that's what we did. We did one thing, and that one targeted focus produced all the people that I've got now. Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Love it. So found us online doing the same way that we're doing right now. Um, as you're kind of going through that entry process and everything, I know you kind of touched on it a little bit. Well, what was the big thing that made you say, yes, I want to work with Chris and his team rather than because there's like so many people out there, like everyone's making these big claims and so on and so forth. And a lot of people are very skeptical of like, hey, can this person actually get me results? So what was the biggest thing for you that made you feel, hey, like I'm good, let's move forward with Chris and team?
Uh, well, it was interesting because when I first was going through the interview call with one of your sales agents, I was like, "Well, where's the YouTube channel?" He's like, "What?" It's like, "Well, isn't there a YouTube channel? Like, how do I know Chris? Like, I don't
Hmm.
know." And so finally we found it because it wasn't part of your marketing flow, but I found it very helpful. So when I saw your channel, I saw that you were a very direct, focused individual, and I was watching the progression of all of your videos and how you had built your business. And I thought, hey, this guy's really built something up. Like he's very focused, he's very no BS, like just get it done. And that's exactly how the training went. And the whole process of getting on board was like, here's all the steps, here's what you do, here's the focus. Just do what we ask, and you're going to make sales. And even though I was a little skeptical because I've had a couple of moderate experiences that weren't that great, um, when we put those blinders on and we just targeted the right people, even though, for me, generating the videos, uh, putting it all together was not complex, just time consuming. And then we started at Christmas, right? So we had all the vacation and everything. So, and I was traveling and whatnot. So once we got through that and I was able to sit down and really start nailing it, and we found the video that Facebook would accept.
Yeah.
Even though I'd like to read, it's interesting, even though I'm not totally happy with my video, probably because I have a little bit of, I don't know what's the term, OCD,
Hmm. Yeah.
like you have, like I like
Yeah.
to get into the details. And then for me, it's never quite good enough. But you were telling me, look, this is good enough. Just run with it. We'll test it. Well, it's interesting that it turned out that the first go, even though I was like, I'm not so sure, the first go started producing uh, bookings like out of the gate. Like I was getting booking. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the heck? So I'm on the phone, like, I got another booking. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So I started getting an average of one solid booking a day, 6 days a week. Maybe it was actually it increased. So I'm going to say more like 1.4 bookings a day, 6 days a week. So it was pretty darn good.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple of weeks in there where we had two bookings a day.
Mm.
And I was like, wow, this is amazing. Um, and so I realize with your assistance that it's a numbers game, right? You just keep hitting the numbers, you just keep making the calls, doing the best you can, and improving on the sales methodology. And just when I thought, oh, I'm not getting any bookings or I'm not getting good people, guess what happened?
Hmm.
Some really good people came through.
Yeah.
And even though I had a couple of big fish that ghosted me after they said they were going to move forward, I was like, oh man, I was like, this is a challenge. Then I had a couple of fish, a good fish come through. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
So, I've basically I haven't, I mean, we've done the numbers, but I paid for all the marketing. I paid for your uh, professional course and everything. And I don't know how you rate it, but I think it's something like, I'm going to say 70% return on investment.
Hmm,
So
that's all.
I think it's pretty good. Maybe
Yeah.
it might be 75% return on investment. So I can't complain, with all the costs that were involved with the marketing and everything. I
Yeah.
really can't complain. I mean, I got some great people. I made some good connections, and I'm still running ads. So uh, I think it's pretty darn good.
Absolutely, I agree. And just to even give a little bit of context for everyone, I do want to touch on one thing too. For you, it's been what, 4 months now that we've been working together. Obviously, the beginning was a little slower because I think we like got together right before Christmas, and there was like different
Right,
travels and all that, right? Essentially 4 months, got everything going. We did experience a little bit of roadblocks with Facebook liking certain messaging on what ads, so on and so forth, but we were able to
right.
get through that as well. Um, I hope you don't mind me sharing this. If not, we'll go ahead and cut it out. I think it's like 6 or 7 clients that you've got thus far without divulging too much on your price. I know that you have like 4 and 5 figure stuff as well on that. Obviously, working on collecting all of it. It's not like you always get 100% collections up front. So you have that. And one thing I do want to really commend you for is your ability to be resilient and understand the process. What do I mean by that? A lot of people come through as like, oh, well, I need to get this immediately. And if it doesn't happen, oh, this doesn't work and so on. But like for you, and obviously I know throughout the process, we try to explain like, look, we're not just going to hit it perfect every single time. Like we need to put it out there. Then we need to analyze, okay, what happened? Where are the holes in the boat? Okay, now we need to tweak this. We need to tweak that, so on and so forth. And you've been really great on understanding that because you've kept a very solid level head and understanding, hey, this is just a part of the process. We got to tweak this, tweak that, so on and so forth. Until now, we have a system that when we put $1 in, I mean, I think your ROAS at this point is 7x return or 5x return on every marketing dollar in or something like that. So
It would be so apart from your cost,
yeah, just the return on ad spend.
the return on the marketing would be two, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, well, 16. Uh, I'd say 9x.
Okay, cool. So
I think the
9x return on
return
ad
on
spend.
marketing is 9x.
Which I mean, heck, that's pretty solid in the fact of being able to now have a
Is it?
money printing machine that
Yeah,
we honestly, yes, as we start scaling, would I love to forever keep a 9x? Yeah, but heck, even if it's a 5x as you start scaling and you get it bigger and bigger and bigger, I mean,
right,
I'm not opposed to it. So,
right. But I mean, I
um,
have I have a higher price point, but yeah, it's been 9x
yeah,
to date. So I can't,
amazing.
like I say, I can't complain. In the beginning, um, we were bantering a lot back and forth about exactly what the video is going to say, how we're going to get it out there. And then I wanted a website, and we got one out there pretty quick, but then I was like having you tweak it, and the website is on the back end because for people who haven't signed up, I've been texting them the website and emailing, say, hey, you're missing out. Like, there's
Yeah.
still stuff here that you haven't really looked at. So I think that's helpful. Um, and I do want to get into more of the organic marketing,
Mhm.
but overall, it's been for all the uh, my beliefs paired with your beliefs and trying to as long as we just put the blinders on and plowed forward with a base level concept that you guided me through, yeah, it's been very good. It's been very good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Last question I do have for you, because obviously I know we've covered a lot throughout this process, kind of talking about it. I somewhat said it earlier, but there's a lot of skepticism in the market right now. Everyone is putting out an ad out claiming, I can help you do this, I can help you do that. And it's very difficult to decipher who's real, who's not, who can actually get me results, and so on. So for, let's say, whether it be you're talking to past version you or just another person who is considering possibly working, with me and my team here at TD Coach, what would you share with them if they're on the fence and they're unsure whether to actually move forward with us or not?
Um, there are in today's environment, there are, we've reached a point on the internet. This is very different than 15, 10 years ago, even 8, even 5 years ago. We've reached kind of a saturation point where people are seeing so many freaking ads.
Yeah.
My personal business is in a very crowded space. I'm in a very loud, crowded space. So I know that, but I also know the quality of what I do. So if you think that you have something that is of quality that you've worked really hard with, regardless of the space that you're in, you've got to just plow forward with perfecting the art. And that's what Chris is here for, is to help you get your message out, regardless of whether you're newer or experienced, it's getting that message out. So if you have something that is somewhat unique in just the littlest way, you've got to get yourself out there at some point, either through organic marketing or paid marketing. But paid marketing is going to put your face out there fast. And probably the one thing I think that people hesitate on is getting on the freaking phone. And you've got to get on the phone. So one thing that you said was, when you get a client, if they don't book a call, just call them. Just call them. Like, hello.
Yeah.
And so I've done that with every client, and I get a lot of no answers. But guess what happened? When I
Mm-hmm.
just started calling everybody, it was like a huge weight off my chest. It was like, hey, this is a great business. You got to check it out. Uh, leave, script a good message. But because I called people directly, I ended up with at least 3 additional clients out of out of 40 phone calls. I got 3 clients because I called.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually paid for itself.
For
Out
sure.
of those 3 calls, I probably net a minimum of $3,000 just by making those phone calls. Yeah.
Not
So
not too bad.
even if,
$1,000 a call, which
yeah.
is technically divided by 40, so actually a little bit more, but yes.
So I think the message is, you can't hide behind your desk in this internet world, in this video world, in this uh, digital nomad business. If you want to get yourself out there, if you want to be known, if you want your business to go anywhere, you've got to start somewhere and get your face out there. Build a YouTube channel, get Chris's services to get your message nailed down and put out there. I mean, there's no other way to do it, really. So you're going to have to bite the bullet at some point. So, it's always been a little nerve wracking in the beginning, years ago, when I started biting the bullet and I saw people were spending like $25,000 a month on ads. I'm like, oh my God, are you freaking nuts? I'm trying to make a $2,000 sale back then. And I was like, this is crazy. I didn't quite understand it or get it or know how to do it. I didn't feel confident, but you know, at some point, you're going to have to put your foot down and get in front of a camera if you really want to connect with people. And that's what Chris does. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I can tell you this much. It's been a joy to work together. I'm excited not only for the results that we've been able to get, but for the results that we both know are only just starting and more to come on it. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for sharing a little bit
I
more.
hope so. Looking forward to
And
the next few months.
absolutely, I agree. So, okay, awesome. Thank you very much. We'll
Thanks,
go ahead and
Chris.
wrap up here
All right.
and take it.
Mahalo.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye.